300. Gustavo. Thank you. 301. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm Liz Bramwell, host of the cooking show at Rustic Kitchen. Tonight's feature is a double thick cut pork chop that's been apple cider brined, warm apple and ginger chutney, sauteed spinach, and sweet potato gnocchi. Tonight's special guest is Matt Reis from the New England Revolution and his wife Nicole. And Laura Raposa, she writes the inside track for the Boston Herald, and her husband Steve. So come and join us.
Her smile, the brightest of summer skies. Her walk floats like the butterflies. Say cheers and toast to a beautiful girl. And I finally see what I was really meant to be. And all paths that led right to where I stand. And this is who I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming your host, Elizabeth Bramwell.
Come on, guys. We have a very special show for you this evening. Very simple, very easy, all things you can do at home and, if not, days in advance. It's very simply a double thick cut pork chop. It's apple cider brined. Over the top of that pork chop, we're serving an apple and ginger chutney. Nice and warm. It's going to be perfect. And then, of course, a sauteed spinach, little shallot, olive oil, salt, pepper, a tiny little bit of butter, you know, because we don't really put butter in very much of what we do here at Rustic. None, almost zero. And then kind of my favorite part of the show, which is our sweet potato gnocchi, and we'll be sauteing that in a wildflower honey and cinnamon butter. You're going to love it. I feel it on the inside with you guys. Lots of smiles. So before I get started, I do want to introduce to you my assistant. I do want you guys to give him the same warm welcome that you gave to me to my assistant, Pepe. Here we go. So now that everyone has officially tasted the wine, what do you guys think of it? It's really good, isn't it? I've already consumed several bottles. Not just today. I'm just kidding, not right now. But this is our Kenwood Yalupa. It is a full-bodied red Zinfandel from California. It's very fruit-forward but spicy on the back, so you may notice, for any of you wine connoisseurs in here, you may notice hints of cherries, raspberries, blackberries, and then on the back note, little hints of ginger as well as vanilla. So now before I get to the food half of it, I do have a couple of friends in here that I would love to introduce to you guys. So Laura and Steve. Laura, would you like to tell us what you do?
I'm a gossip columnist.
She is a
at the Boston Herald.
Get out.
I write the inside track, yes.
Oh my God, that's so good.
There we go, right there. Steve, profession.
I write a financial column in the Globe.
Boo.
Yes.
Hey.
And this is the star goalie of the New England Revolution, our soccer team here, Matt Reis. Hi, Matt. And his beautiful wife, Nicole. Yeah. So we did put together a little video of Matt at work, so to speak. And I would absolutely love to show you guys. Yes, your day job. By night, he's actually Batman, if you can see the resemblance in there.
I do work nights.
Yeah, I believe you. So do I. It's unfortunate, isn't it? It's terrible. I would love to show you guys this video. So, Jim, do you want to roll the feed for us?
Look at the flick by Osley. Latu's in along with the keeper. Saved by Reis. Still loose in the goalmouth. Olsen slips and watches it walk. Steal. Morales. Saborio. A shot. Oh, off the head of Matt Reis.
Well, Matt Reis once again coming up with a huge save for the New England Revolution.
1, 2, 3.
I have heard that you are actually a wonderful cook, chef, whatever you'd like to title yourself. Is this the truth?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. Later on in the show, Matt, I am going to ask for you to come up and kind of assist me with our sweet potato gnocchi that we're going to put together. You think you can do that for me?
We'll see.
All right, perfect. Perfect.
I'm used to playing soccer with cameras on, but not really cooking.
You know what? Let's raise our glasses.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to sweet potato gnocchi and Matt's assistance. So the next thing that we're gonna get started on is my sweet potato gnocchi. Now I have 3 almost pounders right here in this bowl, all right? They're already cooked. How many of you have cooked a sweet potato at home before? Perfect, so you all know how to tell the doneness of a sweet potato. You punch it in the face, right? Just kidding. Now, you know a sweet potato is done simply by giving it a squeeze. Once it's nice and tender and the skin just kind of peels back, just like so, your sweet potato is ready to go. My recipe actually requires chilled sweet potatoes. Now, I have my 3 sweet potatoes. The skins have been removed. I'm just going to very gently squish them in here, right? It's very technical. I learned this in culinary school. This is $120,000 in the works right here, okay? My mom loves that stuff. And I'm putting it into my, who knows what this machine is called? Ricer. Oh, you guys are so good. Now, I'm pressing this through the ricer, okay? That little bit of extra moisture, if I square you, I apologize, both of you. I'm usually not a squirter, okay? I can tell this is gonna be a problem. My 1 times recipe calls for 3 cups worth of sweet potato.
What is the benefit of the ricer over just like a regular masher?
Just the smoothness of the potato itself. And I want it to look like that perfect Halloween orange, not that kind of pumpkin from 3 weeks later. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm going to add 12 ounces worth of ricotta cheese. So we're just kind of folding in our ricotta cheese, right? Quick folding.
Does that make it a healthier pasta?
It does. At this point, yes. Until I add the rest of the ingredients. No. I'm adding 1 cup's worth of grated Parmesan cheese, okay? This is gonna act as a binder as well as a flavoring agent for our gnocchi. Okay. So I can also add just a little bit of salt at this point. Since I am later sauteing these gnocchi with a honey cinnamon butter, I'm actually gonna try and keep them on the sweeter side, okay? So a little bit of salt is always beneficial, and black pepper as well, okay? Because we love salt and pepper. This is why we cook, to make things taste good. Okay, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons worth of brown sugar. Okay.
Liz, is that a light brown sugar?
Eddie, you're so cute. Yes, it is. Yes.
Who got that for you?
You know what? There is this cute kid who drives our commissary truck, and every so often...
Can we give him a cheers?
Yes, we can. All right, so the recipe calls for 2 3/4 cups of flour. I'm gonna do it in 1 cup additions because every sweet potato is different. We wanna make sure that we don't add it all just in one gigantic heap. So just folding it in, you wanna get it to the point where it's about 3/4 of the way mixed, and then you add more flour. I know this is a very exciting part. Again, normally I'm making this in a batch that's like the size of this room. So it's actually kind of nice to do it in this bowl. So I think we're getting close to the consistency. So Matt, get yourself ready to come up here and assist me in a couple of minutes here. I have this really nice slab right here that I want to make sure is dry. I'm going to use this flour to cover my work surface, all right? I would normally just shoot it across the table, but I really don't want to cover you guys in flour. I'm nice like that, you know. So I have my gnocchi dough, and for those of you who can see kind of the consistency, all right, it is sticky, but not too sticky. It is firm. It does hold its shape, all right. I'm only going to use a little bit of it, though. I'm going to cut off my pieces, all right. The ones that I actually want to use. The rest of this is going to disappear into the back, okay. Let's see. How many pieces do we want to do? Maybe 3. All right, so a little more flour on our work surface, and I have a little additional flour back here just in case the dough tends to be a little soft, right? It's really for your convenience, Matt. Solely for your convenience. All right, so I have my 3 pieces. 3 pieces of sweet potato dough. You guys jealous yet? I feel like I'm in kindergarten. Where you get to make your own Play-Doh and then you're... You get to make your own Play-Doh and then you're reminded not to eat it after you make it. Now, Matt, I would absolutely love it if you would come up here and assist me. Let's give him a round of applause. I'm just going to do a quick demonstration for you.
Okay, because this is my first time doing gnocchi.
Which?
Gnocchi.
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 Gnocchi. It's good. Works out like that. So now, before we get started, I did bring something with me.
Yes.
Actually, a couple things. But first thing I brought with me, because I wanted you to feel at home in my kitchen. So, Matt.
Yes.
Will you sign my ball?
I love your color choice, too. No, this is all right. This is a league sponsor, so this one's yeah. This one we can do. You're welcome.
So you just want to roll it out. I want to get it to about 3/4 of an inch of thickness, just so at the point where it gets like a little uncomfortable. All right, and then just get it, girl. All right. If you need a little extra flour, it's right here behind you. Demonstration going well.
With his Puma contract, doesn't he have to be appropriate?
Not usually. Not for Puma. They don't. They actually encourage me not to be appropriate.
Yeah, I tell you, it was way hotter when she was doing it.
I find this more attractive.
Yes, this one.
Yeah.
These two
Those don't they don't go the right way.
This one's got a little bit of a problem here.
That one looks like a gnocchi.
This one does a little bit of a right turn on its own. We're gonna have that fixed in a year or so.
Sticking up for your man. I like
Wait,
it.
time out. Let's look here and which one of these.
Perfect. Fabulous. All right, so I'm going to cut them on a slight bias, and then we're just going to roll them on our little gnocchi board. So just going right down the line. Matt, by all means, please demonstrate. Follow the line. Switching sides.
I think you guys should.
Gorgeous.
Should it be like, is it like an inch between each?
Size is up to you.
Still talking about cooking, right?
Yes, we are. You can make them as big, small, short, long, tall, thick, skinny, fat as you want them.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes. So, how many of you own one of these? No. How many of you have $6? You can own one of these for $6. All right, so this is a gnocchi board. How many of you have seen the gnocchi with the pretty little ridges on them? That's what this is for, all right? So just taking it with either your index finger or thumb, you roll it down just like that. It creates kind of a little hole in the center of the gnocchi, all right? So this speeds up the cooking time as well. Want to try it?
Try it.
Do it. Do you want to hold the board or you want me to hold the board?
No, I need you to hold it.
Okay. It's magic. All right, do it again.
Oh, come on back here, Gnocchi. Could do this all night. Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you have any single teammates?
Yes, I do.
You guys can come to the game.
Yes. Yes, and unfortunately, I am the old man of the group now. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It's taken me quite a few years to achieve this, but yeah, we actually have a kid on our team who's 17. So, yes, Diego.
Is that a little young?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have an age range we want to stay
We
in?
actually, yes. Yes, we have.
17 works?
Yeah. We have 3 guys. We have 18. 3 guys under the age of 21, and then we have quite a few eligible bachelors actually.
Do you have any single girls on your
Not this year. I mean, as far as Gnocchi goes, this is pretty much perfect.
You like them?
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a seat, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So next thing we're going to get started on is going to be our apple and ginger chutney. Start by peeling 4 apples. I'm using Red Delicious because that's what we have today, but I prefer to use Macintosh. Dice them into 1/2-inch cubes. In a separate bowl, plump some golden raisins with apple cider and hot water. Pull plastic over them and let them plump for 15 minutes. Put a tablespoon of butter into a pot with 4 slices of peeled ginger. Add all of the diced apples and saute for about 10 minutes. Pour in half of the liquid from the raisins. Add a cinnamon stick, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, a few cloves, and a little bit of fresh nutmeg. Finally, add the raisins, give it a good stir, and cook for 5 minutes. Then reduce your heat to low and simmer for another 10. The sugars will reduce into a nice syrup. When it's all done, remove the cinnamon stick, cloves, and ginger, and I recommend serving the chutney while it's still warm. All right, so the other star of our show this evening, my double thick cut pork chop. So this pork chop here weighs about 1 pound. I would say probably between 5 and 7 ounces of it are bone, double thick cut, right? You can figure it out from the 2 bones. And what it's sitting in here is a brine. The brine itself consists of equal parts sugar and salt, right? A 50-50 of water and apple cider, so it's apple cider brine. There are black peppercorns, fresh thyme, and cinnamon stick in there, okay? All for flavor. Now, so guys, what is the reason for brining? Why do we brine? Laura.
It tenderizes it.
Yes, it does. So that's one reason why you brine.
And
Second
also
reason.
flavor.
Exactly.
Which is always very good.
Yes. And another reason would be, reason for brining?
To keep it from drying out.
Give her a cheers for that.
There we go. Cheers to Cara. So let's say you threw this pork chop in a big bowl of salty water. You're gonna end up with a ridiculously salty pork chop. Adding sugar to that helps to balance out the saltiness, all right? So the salt goes in, helps to flavor the pork chop, but on the same token, the sugar itself helps to balance that saltiness so you don't end up with something completely and utterly inedible. So since I have a double thick cut pork chop, I'm gonna do myself a favor and get it on the grill now. In here, I'm gonna slow cook it on the grill, hopefully get some nice grill marks, not get too charred on either side. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on here, just a little, just for lube.
Does it matter if you oil first and then salt and pepper, or?
Not I've always seasoned first, oil second. What you'll find is if you oil first and then season second, is a lot of it will just slide right off. The other thing that a lot of people don't realize is that when you're grilling, but we'll say 50% of what you actually put on your meat falls off on the grill anyways. So you may feel like you're crusting something, but by the time it's cooked and you actually go to eat it, it's really not much of a crust at all. All right, first let me get my meat on the grill.
I feel like that's my biggest problem with like pork or like chicken making, is like maintaining the moisture and like figuring out.
So you just overcook. Do you overcook a lot?
Overcook it or just like maybe cook it too long.
That's overcooking. Continue on. So you're asking me about how to figure out where to get to that perfect juicy place. For me, I've been cooking for so long I can tell by finger touch. All right, so how many of you guys want to see the hand test for temping? You can put your elbow on the table if you want to, and let your hands sit loose. All right, first squeeze, and you want to do everything just so you guys can see right in the center of this part of your hand, the soft part at the bottom of your thumb, okay? So loose hand, loose hand, loose hand, all right? No fingers touching, give it a squeeze. Rare, okay? Rare. Point your finger and your thumb together. Just touch, no pinch, just touch, okay? Give it a squeeze, medium rare. Middle finger, thumb, just touching. Medium. Okay? Ring finger and thumbs, mid-well. Alright? And then pinky finger and thumb, just touching, well done. No. No, your hands are way too muscular for that. You're going to have to use hers if you wanted to do it.
Have you ever heard one hand clap
Well,
before?
I know you are softball, right? Yours might be too. Do you know what? Just buy a thermometer. Go to Sir Latab, buy a thermometer, and you're good to go. Hey guys, as a bonus this evening, I have a delicious pear crumble. It's going to be the perfect way to end your dinner. For that recipe and all the recipes from this evening, go to our website at www.rustickitchen.biz and click on the Cooking Show tab. Here comes your dinner, guys. I encourage you to eat it while it's hot.
Like to compliment Matt on gnocchis.
Thank you.
I have my new Thanksgiving recipe.
Cheers to the gnocchi. This is the best pork chop I've ever had.
Rustic Kitchen says thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the chef. Cheers to the chef.
Salud.
Thanks, kids. I have some shallot here. All right. Okay. So my shallot is ready, my spinach is ready, and my pan is primed. I also have my cinnamon butter. This is basically a combination of just unsalted butter, wildflower, honey, cinnamon, and confectioner's sugar. So at this point, I'm going to get my gnocchi in the water. So swirl the water just slightly, just as if you were poaching an egg. All right. In go the gnocchi. I'm going to start my pan up here in the front. Okay. Start my other pan for my spinach. Once my butter melts, I'm going to throw my gnocchis in. I'm also getting my spinach started, so I have butter and olive oil in one pan. Okay. Our chutney is just simmering away back there. My sweet potato gnocchis are totally done. So those are going to go into my pan right here with my cinnamon butter. I'm going to pull my chop off the grill and allow it to rest. My spinach is sauteed. Salt, pepper, butter, olive oil, as well as some shallot. I'm going to kind of flip my little gnocchis over here. You want them caramelized on one side, just slightly, a little bit of brown. Jake, you want to get the brownness? Ooh, that's a good one. Close zoom in on that. So while you guys are enjoying your dinners, I'm going to plate up, okay? So I'm going to create like a bed, kind of, for my gnocchi. Then I have my little gnocchis. So I want to put some down on top of the spinach. At this point, we're going to grab our chop. All right. A little bit of juice there. Kind of prop it up on the gnocchi and the spinach. So I'm going to get some of my chutney. All right. Just bring this over like this. I'm going to go a little bit on top of the pork chop. Oh, it smells like Thanksgiving in here. So getting some of the liquid here on the bottom. Now, I'm going to wipe this little drip that happened. Okay. And then I have a couple of deep-fried sage leaves that I'm using for garnish. You can place them wherever you would like. All right, deep-fried sage is on. All right, so finishing the top of this with a little bit of microgreens, and that's it, guys. What do you think?